the video
Also,
is taken down.
enemies don't drop gems after you've killed them once.
Well, because you could exploit the system.
In all seriousness, as a joke, you guys probably saw the word porn flash up on the screen.
See, I think...
And the video still gets taken down for false advertising.
Spyro, my friend, how about a hit
This
on
one parody video I watched, what a guy edited into it was in Sony Vegas, when you're editing text onto a video, when you choose a text to use, it defaults to sample text. What that guy was spinning across the screen was sample text.
Anyone want to know how to go frame by frame on YouTube?
So, which I feel him using sample text and
this
that
guy.
The way you
I missed.
the way you go frame
So
by
these are dragon eggs. There's like 12, and they're like the most pointless thing ever.
and they started a tradition that every Spyro game up to a certain point would continue, and that everyone hates the egg thief.
So,
Especially in Spyro 3 where they're like relevant.
because we're talking about Spyro, there's this huge contention when it comes to Spyro that is the classic Insomniac trilogy is good, and everything else is flaming garbage, that if you like that flaming garbage, you are viewed as worse than Hitler and the Holocaust combined.
No, it's not flaming garbage, it's a flaming garbage barge.
There was one of the most idiotic things, though, and I do not remember the name of who said this. It was a comment on YouTube. If you,
I think this guy tells me what these portals do, even though it literally says what it does.
After you freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya.
okay, so
I can go to the next world now if I want.
while you were saying the
Well, look,
signs
well,
in the
look.
Japanese version are stupid.
Well, look, he tells me that what these do, but it literally says what it does. It says return home. I'm like, really?
Yeah, but
Some of the tutorials in this game, man.
no, but the signs in the Japanese version were in like earlier locations, so it's less redundant. But anyway, oh wait, I don't know what I was going to say.
Spyro, terrible fan base.
So there was a comment on YouTube quite a few years ago.
It's so old now, you probably couldn't find it.
I don't even remember what video it was. So this person was like, my dad loved the Insomniac Spyro trilogy, and it was like, my dad showed me those games, and I loved the Insomniac Spyro trilogy, and then my dad got Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. My dad hated it, and so did I. We 100%ed it, but hated every minute of it. Why were you playing it?
That's your problem.
Exactly!
When he eats butterflies, he stays strong.
Also, I'm going to ruin the animations forever. To do blinking, they don't have eyelids. They just close their eyes.
The first time we've done this.
It's
First
serious.
time I've missed 9 gems, and I have absolutely no clue where they
It
are.
might be kind of
So-
hard to edit, but when Spyro is talking at some point, like slow down to show his eyes shrink to do a blinking animation. They don't have eyelids.
I might cut to that.
Hmm.
Remember, I've learned how to do frame by frames in Vegas.
Hmm.
And people keep complaining my editing is terrible. What do you people want?
Hmm.
I think my editing's good. Sean thinks my editing's good. There's some gems right there.
Yep.
It's the quality of a
always
PowerPoint
these.
presentation.
So, let's talk about interesting things this Insomniac trilogy does. So, the PlayStation has gone off like rendering things really far away. How do they remedy this? Remove the polygon count.
Yes, it's... when I like commented on the fairy having a low polygon count, it wasn't just a general observation. It was literally because you weren't right next to
This
her.
is a loading screen.
Yes.
Those little wind things are to waste time so the game can add polygons to things
And
as
the
you
strange
approach
thing
now.
is, and the strange thing, the Japanese version, as we kind of brought up earlier, not the ones in the levels, but the wind things that take you to levels, they don't show the animation of you flying to the level. They just have a hard black cut and Spyro's basically just popped into the game.
What we're looking at on the TV versus my game capture is like night and fucking day. So, you guys might not even see what we're looking at. Oh, if you, like, in Kingdom Hearts, which is kind of on hiatus at the moment, there was a time where Sean was complaining in the Kingdom Hearts about terrible lighting, and later on, in a part, I said, during editing, what you were complaining about that was terrible lighting came out completely fine,
Yeah,
so
wait,
the capture made you look like a raving madman.
Yeah, wait, I just thought about, because...
Oh wait, you are a raving madman.
Okay, so now I can go fight the boss. I'm not going to, but I could.
the boss in quotations, and I just thought about...
Oh yeah, Spyro bosses are horrible until Legend, where they're actual bosses.
And I just thought about, is the reason that the game looks so awful on the TV, remember that bass-ackwards way you have to record things off the PS3? Is that what's doing this? Because we're not technically using the traditional output of the PS3.
Hold on, guys. I'm probably gonna do a small cut. 1 minute. Okay, guys, we're back. Probably just a second or two for you. What I've done to cut out pausing, Vegas has this fading transition, and by making it a single frame, if I do that in a pause screen, we can pause and unpause in like
to Town Square, Spyro.
mere seconds in the video.
Gliding to that area with the bulls. Use the L2 and R2 buttons to get a good look.
What year was Spyro 1 released? Because was DualShock a thing by this point?
I don't know, but my analog stick works.
I guess it was then. I guess this is by the time it was standard.
So,
I don't understand these treasure chests.
people hate those. They took them out of future games.
Yeah, it's never seen again.
They just waste time.
There's also, and I'm not going to bring it up yet, there's a very controversial thing in Spyro 1 that a lot of people don't like that was changed in the UK release.
I had the worst itch on the
But I'll bring that up when we
Did you know
get there.
that you get your longest glides by pressing X at the
I can't
very
think of
top of
anything
your
off the
jump?
top of my head.
It's
Also, there are
Unless-
several dragons that if they just don't say thanks for releasing me, they tell you something that the other dragons have already told you.
anywho.
In case you know, you just turned the game on after like 20 years and forgot how to play.
Controversial Spyro opinion. I don't completely hate Enter the Dragonfly or A Hero's Tale and the Legend of trilogy.
I like the Legend of series. I like the Insomniac series. And the Dragonfly can go, you know, do
Well-
something.
It can go enter something if you know what I'm saying. A trash can. I was thinking of a trash can. Get your mind out of the gutter.
One that's on fire.
No, put your mind in the gutter because that's where the game belongs.
Damn.
I hate that game.
It's
it's-
okay.
Yeah, I hate that
okay,
game. You
yeah,
can play it.
Enter the Dragonfly. It is flat out unfinished.
He's a thief.
I
Enter
mean,
the
seriously, I could not tell when I had beat. I
Got the
I
dragon
could not tell that I beat the game until I saw credits.
Because the game is unfinished.
Literally, when you beat the final boss, there is no scene. There is just credits.
Actually, there's a scene.
You
on
only get
the
the scene if you get the true 100% ending,
That's stupid.
which we've never done. I can
No,
tell.
because I can't find all the dragonflies.
No, you probably did find one. The game just didn't load them. No, I'm serious. Was that there were dragonflies? If you complete the mission, sometimes the game just doesn't.
Also, this is
load.
like, this is when the game. This is the thing this game does. where you have to glide off spots that you can't see where you're gliding to, but you see, hey, I could probably get there if I was that high up.
And that's why I really have a problem with you don't have the little flutter at the end of your glide, because it makes a few of those sections harder than they should be. And like I said, basically outside of really the first Spyro game, I really only have playing.
There were some boxes behind you.
Yeah. I only really have playing like each game about 5 minutes or so, but an idea, and I hate that this is an idea that Enter the Dragonfly and the later games had, which I think is a good idea. It's just if it was in a good game, it would have been done properly, and that's the elemental breaths. Because another problem with Spyro 1 is I want to say it's too basic, but also a game being basic isn't inherently a problem, but...
Well, I mean, it's like the same problem I have with Final Fantasy 1, I mean...
You only really have 2 things, charge and fire, that's it. The elemental breaths gave you different enemy types, like a...
That reminds me of a point that was made in the Brain Scratch playthrough, and the Brain Scratch playthrough that was made, and when they said this, and I was like, really? They were complaining that in the later Spyro games, that by giving you elemental breaths as a permanent power-up, that removes all puzzle aspects tied to the breaths. And she was going on and on about, like, in the classic series, when the elemental breaths were temporary power-ups, that's unique puzzles. But when it's a permanent ability, it's basically, she was going on about how worthless and pointless. And I'm like, really? Even though by giving you the breaths, Enter the Dragonfly has puzzles based on the breaths.
It's very light, because again, the game is unfinished, but they are there.
You can skip a few, because...
Again, the game is unfinished.
So, if anyone's noticed, those enemies take 2 hits.
And that's why they're terrible.
Sean just hasn't leveled up, you guys! He's a level 1 dragon!
No, that's not a thing. don't convince me that's a thing. Because it's not. Never was.
Once you run out
Never was!
Once you run
What
out of...
Spyro game was I playing?
I have that DS
Legend
game where
of
you...
Dragon. Legend of Spyro.
What's that DS game called? Shadow of what?
I don't remember. Oh wait, I did have level ups in it.
Yes!
I mean, you have to level up the breaths in the Legend of series.
And that one game Carson has is technically a free fighting RPG.
And by a free fighting RPG, you mean a Chi-Wing RPG. I never beat that game.
We need to go back to that cognitive adult
If
brain
we have
internet guides.
If we could, are there guides to that game? That was in the age of Spyro, to where a lot like Sonic, people were like, all of these games are, you know, awful and like terrible. So does that have guides? Because if we ever get the ability to do DS recording, I would love to do that, just because I don't know if anyone else on YouTube has even played or heard of that game.
Nasty Nork has put one of his
So-
most devious henchmen in charge of the artisan world.
Bring him on. I think I smell a barbecue.
Be careful, Spyro. This boss has many tricks up his sleeve.
And
That's so helpful.
I have the dankest meme for this boss.
Toasty!
What? I'm trying to...
Really? Did you forget the name of this boss?
Toasty.
Oh! Oh!
Someone
Someone has to have isolated that soundbite somewhere.
God, I hope so.
It's the internet.
So as you can see, this boss's challenge is that it has henchmen.
And that you have to jump to hit him with fire.
I don't
So,
think you have to, it's just easier. So literally, bosses just have gems, and that's why you kill them.
Even though you should have been able to burn the, stilts, but we're not going to apply the logic in this game where we're playing
Anyway,
Dragon.
sorry about that dang Toasty meme. If I found it. If not, I look like the fool.
I think that's it. Kill me some sheep. Oh no, it is not. Silly me.
So,
there is literally a dragon like 2 homeworlds from now that tell you about this.
in the Japanese version, there's a sign in front of the lake that just tells you the answer to this puzzle.
What?
That puzzle. Like, if you don't know that there's a secret there, those just look like random blocks.
I watched a guy in a video, he was like, oh, tutorial signs in Spyro are stupid, followed immediately by, but I'm glad they put a sign here, I fucking hate this rock puzzle. Someone's a hippogriff.
Watch me fail this like several times.
And now we get to another staple of the...
If my editing's good enough, then it'll be like you never failed at all.
And now another staple of the Spyro series, which I really don't like, but this is because I didn't fully understand them as a stupid child. Is there an official name for these types of missions?
Speedruns.
That's their official name?
Yes.
Huh.
They're speedrun levels. In fact, part of me that probably has never researched this fact at all, likes to believe that that's how they came up with the name speedrun. Is these levels.
Basically, there's just a bunch of things in this level that you have to either destroy or like fly.
Oh no, they normally explode.
But you have to fly through the rings.
But then they explode.
My maze. Anyway, the point is there are a bunch of things in this level you have to do. Every time you do one, it gives you a small amount of time back. Complete all of them before time runs out. It's really that simple. Again, as a child, I hated these because I never quite understood.
You know, I hated them too, but like after at a certain age, when I was replaying the game, because I've replayed these games my entire life. I say I replayed Sonic Adventure 1 and Persona 4 a lot, but these games. But one day I realized that these were actually really fun, cool levels.
And also, again,
I don't like Spyro 2s as much, but Spyro 2 or Spyro 1s a lot. But Spyro 2
also,
is amazing.
again, remember, as I said, my experience with Spyro is like literally probably about 10 minutes was Enter the Dragonfly. That is not.
The Dragonfly had some of these, and those are pretty terrible.
There's no specific way to do it. I just did that amazingly.
But my point is, Enter the Dragonfly isn't exactly a good first impression.
Editing. That was not editing. I did that on my phone.
It was totally editing. You're going as lies.
I totally beat that level. I really did beat that level on the first try, though.
He didn't.
I are gonna think I didn't, but I did for once in my life.
You fuckers will never know.
Also, that means that also means that I almost have enough gems to go to the next world. Homeworld.
Wasn't technically the way that they could start paying attention to if you edit or not? Wouldn't it be like if you had a Sony Vegas transition?
Did you not hear what I said earlier?
Someone's gonna be looking for that 1 frame difference.
You can check the frame rate of videos on YouTube.
No,
I don't remember how you do that.
When I do 1 frame transitions, in order to make it pretty much seamless,
Joke's on you, I don't play speedruns the exact same every time I play them.
I'm explaining something because this is a little editing trick I figured out.
Oh my god, his name is Titan! I would say edit in the music cue, but that will get you a copyright strike.
So fast.
Got it.
Try to find it on Kazoo, and if you can,
no, there is. No, that was about. There, you know how? Yes, that's the thing.
Is it to avoid copyright?
No, somebody just played on the kazoo.
Oh.
I might. Maybe. Anyway, what I was saying? So, the only time you could notice a 1 frame difference if I do single frame editing is if there's a music cue and the music changes, but if the music doesn't change...
You guys ready for this?
Actually, hold on. Pause that a minute.
Oh, he's not gonna do it.
Okay, guys. So my question of the day is, what did you guys think of the Toasty boss battle? Personally, I think it's really easy and it barely constitutes as a boss battle. If anything, it's more of a mild inconvenience. Sean defeated Toasty in a matter of seconds, and you would barely be able to tell that that was a boss, other than the fact that the game pointed it out. But it was an early game boss, so that's not always a bad thing. I hate early game bosses that are unnecessarily complicated. That's always really annoying. But anyway, I would really love to know what you guys think. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments below, or you can leave them on social media. All my social media links are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you liked my video, please hit the like button and leave some comments. If you're new to my channel and want to see more of my videos, please hit the subscription button and subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please ring the bell next to the subscription button. That gives you the proper notifications of whenever I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media. Doing all of these things really helps out the channel, and it really helps our communities grow. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys next time.